Hey guys, just thought I'd bring you a replay of mine where I did 11-11 2 racks bunker push into the natural against Zerg. And you'll see here, even with me being a little late on my second barracks, that it's still pretty powerful. And I wanted to show you guys the premise behind doing this. I'm going to speed it up here real quick. And those shifts here. There we go. So you're gonna build a first thing you're gonna do is build a depot at your ramp on 10 like normal, and you're gonna send this guy back to the minerals. And before it's like halfway done, you're gonna send an SCV out to an inconspicuous location. In this instance, it's gonna be right over here because he probably isn't going to scout that. So this is the SCV that went out at 10. And the other one's behind. Now he should, ideally, you want to time it out to where he's over here as well at when you hit 150 minerals. But it's just something you can play around with to test out. I'm about, looks like about 40 minerals off there, 50, 60. And then what I do is I waypoint both barracks and hotkey them and put my SCVs over here as well. And when I get my third Marine, I go ahead and I push up the ramp and have the barracks waypointed to each of the Marines so that they just come up right as soon as they're made as well. Back at home, I'm starting to finish this wall off. This SCV will build the final wall off because in case of Ling run bys. And we're starting our first Marine. And our second barracks will be finishing shortly. And I didn't even scout them. So I don't know that this is here, but a lot of Zerg do expo first, so this is a pretty safe thing to do for that. Then I'm waypointing my barracks to my Marine and continuing to make Marines now and finishing the wall off. And after that, I'll go ahead and get a gas and a couple more barracks. And you'll see later when he tries to do a run by how easy it is to stop. So here I am, I'm going to push up with 3 Marines and 2 to follow shortly. But what you want to do is throw down the bunkers close to the hatchery, but I don't want to put it too close to the ramp in case he had spines up here on the ledge, or you know, that the queens could fire down because I didn't have vision yet. So the bunkers are up. And I'm just waiting for those to finish, and as soon as those finish, I'll put the SCVs on auto repair so that they can repair the bunker if needed and see what his reaction is. So he only made 2 lings and a queen, so he doesn't have a lot. So I definitely don't think he's faced this before because he didn't handle it very well at all. But now that the bunkers are up, it's pretty much a done deal. The hatchery is going to fall. And he's going to have to commit a lot of resources to even break this. There's 150 minerals and that thing is lost. Most likely people will do baneling busts, but in his case he didn't even opt to do that. He was looking to expand his creep and try to target down the bunkers from the top. But once this hatch falls on the natural, I go ahead and start to push up into the main, and you can see here I didn't saturate my gas, but I didn't really have a need for it this time. I'm still going to want to get 2 bunkers. I did get my orbital. So at this point I could actually I wanted to catch as many of these as I could, so he caught me at a little bit of a bad time there, so some of those did get away, but I can salvage these bunkers because the damage is done and complete at the bottom. And I'm going to take these Marines in and start to chew away at these static defense spine crawlers. They do pretty good damage, so he does take me down pretty far, but by the time I only have a couple Marines left, damage is done, and he won't even get these crawlers up. As long as I take this thing down, he has nothing left. Just making a couple more Zerglings. My reinforcements are coming up the ramp, as you can see here. Cancel doesn't have enough to stop this. And maybe I'm thinking it's, in hindsight, instead of salvaging this bunker, I should have just ran the Marines over there and got in. I think I would have had enough to save some life. But they're streaming in now. And he's over here about to make his last push. He has speed. And of course he's going to BM me. Apparently I'm gay and stuff like that. So I don't really understand why people do that. I know it is cheese, and to be honest, I've tried this once or twice before and it didn't work. So I told him that to hopefully, you know, not make him feel like a loser, but, you know, it didn't work. He still feels that way, so. I should have salvaged these bunkers for extra minerals, but I am floating now. All I am really is focusing on repair at my home base, and polish this guy off up here. Get a few more Marines before I take on the last two crawlers. But yeah, they're still streaming in. He probably would have been wise to come in and try to attack these barracks. He would at least made me come out to stop him, or I would have had to lift them up. Another thing I could have done is maybe land the barracks here, and before the creep was here, well, there was a bunker here. I could have landed the barracks here as well to block him off from actually getting out at all. That would have been a good thing to do as well. But yeah, he wasn't going to break this, and I got a couple Marines out. Really bad macro at home with not dropping mules, or I figured 35 supply would also be enough. And just getting a few of these guys out so he couldn't do anything else. I would have been better at the macro, I'm sure, if I had sensed more of a Baneling bust or something more creative out of this guy, but he didn't really do it. Like I said, I don't think he's handled it before. So, but anyways, that's what I wanted to bring to you guys today. You know, build 2 racks out of the path of a scout, and hopefully the second rack, if you time it out, will be going down right when you get your next 150 minerals. And then after you start building the Marines, you can go ahead and finish your wall off. And as soon as you get 3 Marines, push up the ramp and plant a couple of bunkers. And you can plant even more than 3 like I did. I mean, you could plant 4, 5, 6 if you think if you want to wall them in with bunkers. I've seen that done. And also, one other thing you could do, you could have left like 5 or 6 SCVs at home, and then bring all them with you, and have them follow you up into the main. And he would have had a really hard time stopping that, and I don't know if he would have been able to have Banelings at that time, so he would have to pull all his drones. And in this case, it wouldn't have mattered either way, but he definitely would have been finished off a lot sooner. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video, and if you do, like it, and if you don't, you know, give it a thumbs down. That's fine with me. I can accept that. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.